Ladies and Callous Mind Talking Head Livecast, Episode 17, Sports, Politics, and Cultural Stories. Gentlemen and ladies, welcome to Episode 17 of the Callous Mind Livecast. I hope everyone had a nice Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate. I hope it was merry and bright. Just a couple of housekeeping notes before we jump into the content. I do this show every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Live viewers are welcome to participate in the show by commenting in the live chat. Those watching the replay are encouraged to leave a comment. If you like this content, please be sure and share it, like it, and subscribe to the channel if you are so inclined. And so without further ado, we will go ahead and jump into the NFL Week 16 pick results, which my picks were actually pretty decent this week. I mean, they weren't horrible, but they weren't the best week I've had either. So Christmas Day proved to be a win for me as the New Orleans Saints defeat the Minnesota Vikings, which is not necessarily a huge surprise, but that was turned out to be quite a shootout, 52-33. So pretty impressive game. But the Saints win and move to 11-4, and then on Saturday the 26th, the Bucks dismantle the Lions 47-7 and keep on rolling. And the Buccaneers moved to 10-5, and that was another W for me. Unfortunately for me, that was going to be the only win I got in my Saturday picks, as the Cardinals leave it to the effing Cardinals to fall to the 49ers. Now, this game infuriates me in so many ways because, you know, we had high hopes after the Cardinals started the season 6-3 that they would actually make the playoffs, and all they've done is been consistently inconsistent since then, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And I have mixed feelings about the Cardinals going into this weekend, which I'll touch on when we get into the Week 17 picks. And then the next game, my Raiders fall by a point to the Miami Dolphins, which is just ridiculous. So the Raiders lose another close one. Derek Carr was back for this game, but it didn't seem to matter as the Raiders lose at home yet again. They moved to 7-8 on the season and 2-6 at home. Wow. So home has not been very homely for them. Moving on to Sunday's games, the Falcons and Chiefs. There the Chiefs are just scraping by again. I mean, by a field goal. But they get the win, and I get the win as well. Cleveland Browns leave it to the damn Browns to be just like the Cardinals and lose to the Jets. I mean, the Jets of all teams. The Browns lost to the Jets. Good Lord. What the hell are you guys doing? You're fighting for a playoff spot, and you're losing to the Jets? The Jets, who had one win coming into this game? Christ almighty. But that was another loss for me. But, man, come on, Browns. Gee whiz. Next game up, Steelers and Colts. The Steelers finally got off the schneid against the Colts and got a win. So after winning 11 in a row and then losing 3 in a row, they've won now 1 in a row. And, you know, if your team's going into the playoffs, you never want them to be going into the playoffs on a losing note. So the Steelers do get that win with 1 week left to play. Next game, Bears and Jaguars. The Bears just go on the road and hammer Jacksonville 41-17. Man, that's quite a victory for the Bears, and that keeps them in the playoff scene for sure. Next game up, Giants and Ravens. I selected the Ravens in that game, and the Ravens win only by 14 points, but a win is a win, so that was another W for me. Next game up, Bengals and Texans. I had picked the Texans in that game, which that is a loss for me. Kudos to the Bengals, who just keep on playing hard, even though they've lost their starting quarterback for the season. and are playing with a backup. They seem capable of scoring points and still seem like a tough play. So good for the Bengals, bad for me. And we move on to an AFC West matchup, Broncos and Chargers. And I did pick the Los Angeles Chargers, and that was a win for me. Next game up, Panthers and Washington football team. I had picked Washington again, and again they lose. And again, no Alex Smith at quarterback, so I'm still blaming that on that. But anyway, there's some interesting news. I have layers of news about the Washington football team and their quarterback situation, which we will get into later in the show. Eagles and Cowboys. I thought the Eagles would go on the road and make some noise and play better, but apparently they were not up to the task. And Andy Dalton, 22 of 30 for 377 yards and 3 touchdowns, leads the Cowboys to an important win in the NFC East battle. So look at that. Don't count the Cowboys out just yet. But that was a loss for me nonetheless. Next game, Rams at Seahawks. This game actually has some alternate ramifications. The Seahawks get the win, which I picked them, so that would be the important thing on that. But this game, something that happened to Jared Goff in this game is going to keep him out of Week 17 against the Cardinals, which may bode well for the Cardinals getting that Los Angeles Rams monkey off of their backs. Next game, Titans and Packers, and apparently Lambeau Field was not very nice, not very kind to the Titans as the Packers roll 40-14, and that was another win for me. And then on Monday Night Football, Bills and Patriots. Bills emphatically put their stamp not only on their playoff spot, but their AFC East title by hammering the Patriots. And they continue to roll. So look out for Buffalo, because I think they can make some noise in the AFC playoffs. All right, so to break up picks this week, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get to some stories here. Just bear with me 1 second here while I get my screen right, and I'll be ready to get into these stories talking about, among other things, Washington's quarterback situation. So this story is humorous for many ways for me, because I think athletes go together. Athletes and strip clubs go together like peanut butter and jelly. This is something that always happens. So this story, Washington football team aware of Dwayne Haskins' maskless images, QB apologizes. So this is from December 22nd. The Washington football team said it is aware of pictures on social media showing quarterback Dwayne Haskins not wearing a mask while attending an event with strippers. Oh my God. The team said Tuesday it will handle the incident internally. Haskins tweeted an apology saying he spoke with Coach Ron Rivera on Monday and took full responsibility for putting the team at risk. It was irresponsible and immature, and I accept responsibility for my action. He also issued an apology to his teammates for creating a distraction during our playoff push. Haskins later set his Twitter account to private. So, oh man, athletes and strippers, boy. Like peas and carrots, baby. Like peas and carrots. Okay, I bring this next story up because it has something to do with a former Cardinals quarterback, and this from December 22nd as well. San Francisco 49ers signing Josh Rosen to back up C.J. Beathard, sources say. Whether or not he wanted to make a change at quarterback, San Francisco 49ers coach Kyle Shanahan has no choice but to turn to third stringer C.J. Beathard for Saturday's game against the Arizona Cardinals. So this right here makes the Cardinals' loss that much worse to the 49ers if they were turning to a third string quarterback, C.J. Beathard, and the Cardinals still couldn't beat him. But the interesting part was the 49ers had signed Josh Rosen off the Tampa Bay Buccaneers practice squad. So I just thought that was interesting. So this is Josh Rosen's third team in 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is. That guy's getting around, man. Like jock itch in a locker room, I guess, huh? And here's another story related to athletes and and strippers. Houston Rockets James Harden fined $50,000 unavailable due to protocol violation, NBA says. This from December 23rd. Houston Rockets star James Harden has been fined $50,000 by the NBA and was ruled unavailable for Wednesday's game due to a violation of the league's COVID-19 protocols after the league reviewed video of him socializing maskless at a club earlier this week. Harden will not be suspended. In announcing that Wednesday night's game against the Oklahoma City Thunder was being postponed, the NBA said Harden was unavailable due to a violation of the health and safety protocols. The Rockets didn't have the league required 8 available players needed to proceed with the game. Harden tested negative for COVID-19 on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, a league source told ESPN's Ramona Shelburne. The video of Harden partying maskless, which was published by Black Sports Online and has been circulating on social media, is purportedly from a Houston club's Christmas party held this week. The NBA's COVID-19 protocols prohibit players from going to bars, lounges, or clubs, and from participating in social gatherings of more than 15 people. The league said Harden violated those rules when he attended a private indoor party on Monday. Harden has told NBA investigators he believed he was in compliance with health and safety protocols. A source close to the situation told Shelburne Harden and multiple witnesses at the event have told the league that he attended a seated dinner for a friend who had recently been promoted at work, the source told ESPN. So that's kind of interesting. Maybe this one wasn't a strip club, but it's still funny nonetheless. And then in Arizona-related news, Arizona Wildcats hire New England Patriots Jedd Fisch as new football coach. I honestly didn't even really know who this guy is. And I would have actually expected the Wildcats to make a bigger splash than this. But maybe this is Arizona's Herm Edwards. I remember how much flack Arizona State got when they hired Herm Edwards, and he's turned out to be pretty good. And after all, you play to win the game. So, maybe this will turn out to be good. But this from December 23rd. New England Patriots quarterbacks coach Jedd Fisch has been named the new head coach at the University of Arizona. Fisch, 44, replaces recently fired head coach Kevin Sumlin. We are tremendously excited to have Jedd Fisch come to Tucson to reinvigorate our football program and lead us to championships. Wow, I think that's ambitious. Arizona Athletic Director Dave Heek said in a statement announcing the hiring, Jedd has a unique ability to teach the game of football effectively to his players and to inspire them with his passion. We conducted a comprehensive national search with an impressive array of candidates, but in the end, Jedd is exactly what our program needs right now, and I cannot wait to partner with him to move us forward. Fisch and San Jose State coach Brent Brennan were the 2 finalists for the opening. Well, hopefully, he can teach the game effectively, but hopefully he'll also be able to recruit, and I think that's where Herm Edwards has really excelled for Arizona State. Is it's either him or his staff. They've recruited some pretty good players, so we'll see if Arizona has the same fortunes or not, but I don't know, in 3 years, if they're still a down program, they're going to look back and think, what the hell were we thinking? But hindsight's always 20/20, as they say. So And then next story up, this is a sad story. December 26th, Utah Utes running back Ty Jordan, Pac-12 Offensive Freshman of the Year, dies. Utah freshman running back Ty Jordan has died, the school announced Saturday. He was 19. The Denton, Texas Police Department told ESPN that its officers responded to a shooting call at 10:38 p.m. Eastern Time Friday. Officers discovered a gunshot victim who had been shot one time. After life-saving measures were applied, the victim was transported to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. Following a preliminary investigation, we do believe this was an accidental shooting where the victim accidentally shot himself, Denton Police Department Public Information Officer Allison Beckwith told ESPN. Jordan, the Pac-12 Offensive Freshman of the Year, after running for 597 yards with 6 touchdowns on 83 carries in 5 games for the Utes, was from Mesquite, Texas, and attended West Mesquite High. So this is a tragic tale of firearm safety. Anyone watching or listening to this should always assume that a firearm is loaded and never point it at yourself or anyone else. Let me pause for a drink here. Alright, next story up here. Washington football team QB Taylor Heinicke. I'm not sure how you say that, but I'll just go with Heinicke. To start if Alex Smith remains out. This from December 28th. The Washington football team will start Taylor Heinicke at quarterback if Alex Smith can't play in the season finale at Philadelphia. It represents yet another unlikely twist in Washington's quarterback carousel this season. Heinicke replaced Dwayne Haskins in the fourth quarter of Sunday's 20-13 loss to the Carolina Panthers. In 2 series, he completed 12 of 19 passes for 137 yards and a touchdown. Washington coach Ron Rivera said Monday that Smith would start if healthy, and Heinicke would back him up. Rivera said he was optimistic that Smith would be able to play Sunday. Washington 6-9 could use him. If it wins, it would win the NFC East. If it loses, the winner of the Dallas Cowboys-New York Giants game earlier on Sunday will be the division champion. So there you go. And then this from yesterday, December 28th, Washington football team releases quarterback Dwayne Haskins. Wow. The Washington football team released quarterback Dwayne Haskins one day after he was benched in a loss to the Carolina Panthers and hours after he was demoted behind a player signed to the practice squad less than a month ago. In a statement, Washington coach Ron Rivera said he met with Haskins on Monday to inform him of his decision. I told him that I believe it benefits both parties and we can go our separate ways. We want to thank Dwayne for his contributions these last 2 seasons and wish him well moving forward. In a tweet, Haskins wrote, I take full responsibility for not meeting the standards of an NFL QB and will become a better man and player because of this experience. 2 hours earlier, Rivera told the media on his video conference call that Washington would start Taylor Heinicke if Alex Smith was unable to play in Sunday's season finale at Philadelphia. The article goes on to say the release signaled yet another step in Haskins' demise since he was drafted 15th overall by Washington in 2019. Haskins will count $8.5 million in dead salary cap space next year. Rivera informed owner Dan Snyder of his desire to move on from Haskins late Monday morning and was given the green light to make the move. Haskins received support from former Washington quarterback Robert Griffin III, who tweeted, "You are only 23, learn from this and bounce back." So that was a short-lived experience, but anyway, it's the way the NFL works, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so without further ado, let me pull up the necessary screen and jump into the Week 17 picks here. So, NFL Week 17 picks are as follows. Miami Dolphins visit the Buffalo Bills. I will take the Buffalo Bills at home against the Miami Dolphins. Baltimore at Cincinnati. I will take Baltimore on the road at Cincinnati. Pittsburgh at Cleveland. I know that I probably made the same pick earlier this season when Cleveland played Pittsburgh, and but Cleveland is really fighting for their playoff lives, and I don't know if Pittsburgh will rest anybody or not. So I'm going to give Cleveland the benefit of the doubt, and I will take the Browns at home against the Steelers. Minnesota Vikings at Detroit Lions, a battle of the NFC North. This game is relatively meaningless for both teams, but I think Minnesota is the better team and they can score a lot of points, so I will take Minnesota on the road at the Detroit Lions. New York Jets at New England Patriots. Normally I would take New England, but the Jets have actually been playing with their hair on fire and playing pretty decent football. I think they've been playing hard all season long, and I think they're going to get their third win of the season. So I'm taking the New York Jets on the road at the New England Patriots. Dallas Cowboys at New York Giants. This is, as I've already said, and it was highlighted in that story, this is for the NFC East marbles as they were. So I will take Dallas to win at the New York Giants. Atlanta at Tampa Bay. I will take Tampa at home. Excuse me. Let me get a drink here. As I was saying, I will take Tampa Bay at home against the Atlanta Falcons. Green Bay at the Chicago Bears. Chicago needs this game if they're going to make the playoffs, and they may very well get it depending on if Green Bay is going to rest people or not. And since I don't know that, I'm going to pick the team that I think is better. So I will take the Green Bay Packers at the Chicago Bears. Las Vegas Raiders at the Denver Broncos. A battle in the AFC West, and obviously I'm going to take my Las Vegas Raiders. I've been ride or die with them all year. I've died with them a lot, but I'm going to continue to ride with them anyway. So I will take the Raiders at the Denver Broncos. Next up, Jacksonville at Indianapolis. Indianapolis needs this game if they want to try to make a playoff push. So I will take the Indianapolis Colts at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Los Angeles Chargers at Kansas City Chiefs. This is an AFC West battle, and I think the Chargers certainly could win this game if Kansas City decides they're going to rest some people. But, Kansas City's been scraping by, and the Chargers typically in their games that they win, they scrape by. I'm going to give Kansas City the benefit of the doubt. Once again, this is a team from the West traveling to the Midwest or middle of the country. The climate's not going to be very favorable. I would imagine it's going to be a tidbit brisk. So I'll take the Kansas City Chiefs at home against the Los Angeles Chargers. Arizona Cardinals at Los Angeles Rams. This scenario sets up perfect for the Cardinals. One, they're going to have a backup quarterback, and they need to get this Los Angeles Rams monkey off their back. And God, I don't know. Maybe I'm freaking delusional because I've thought the Cardinals were going to win a lot of games this year and they've lost them. But I'm taking the Redbirds, so I will take the Arizona Cardinals on the road at the Los Angeles Rams. Seattle at San Francisco. This game could kind of be in flux as well, but I think Seattle's still playing and they probably won't rest people, so I will take the Seattle Seahawks at the San Francisco 49ers. New Orleans Saints at Carolina Panthers. Once again, New Orleans could be resting people, but I don't know that, so I'll take what I believe to be the better team again in this case. So I'll take the Saints on the road at the Panthers. Tennessee Titans at Houston Texans. I'll take Tennessee on the road at Houston. And then the Washington football team at Philadelphia Eagles. I will take the Washington football team for this win, and I think they're going to win the East. because I think Alex Smith is going to end up starting this game, and I think Washington can certainly win the game and win the division. So I will take the Washington football team, formerly known as the Redskins, at the Philadelphia Eagles. So that sums up Week 17 picks. And let me come over here and check and see if we have any comments in the live chat. Alright, well, it looks like we got no comments, so Adam must not be watching today. But anyway, I think that'll pretty much conclude this episode. I want to say I hope everybody has a safe and happy New Year celebration. I hope 2021 is better than 2020 for all of our sakes. I hope you guys are keeping yourselves healthy, both mentally and physically. And please be good to yourselves and each other. I will talk to you beautiful viewers in the next episode of the Callous Mind Livecast next Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So until then, God bless.